Right. See if I can get me a little higher here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, allergies are kicking this morning, and my hair's sticking up. So I'm gonna fix it. Oh. Well, good morning. Good morning. It is 10 a.m. Actually, 10:02. I'm a little late this morning. I do apologize. We are in here this morning for Tech Talk Live. So if you have something that you would like to Tech Talk Live about, then just let me know. Let me get us up here and share our link to our Facebook people. It is raining cats and dogs here. Let's see here. I need groups. There we go. All right. All right, we are going to talk about internet safety this morning. I'm sharing our link right now on Facebook. And we're going to talk about internet safety. Internet safety. All right, going to wait a couple seconds here, see if we get anybody else to come in. Hello to my one lonely out there. I appreciate you. Let's see here. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. I hope you're enjoying your morning or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. And it is raining horribly here this morning. So it's a good day to work because you can't really be outside. So today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some internet safety. So internet safety can go as far as if you have questions, you can put them in our chat. Just so you know, if you've never been here before, you can just put your questions in the chat. And I will respond to those as I see them come up. So, internet safety. We can talk about this in a lot of different ways. We can talk about this as a internet safety as far as internet streaming, internet searching, as well as social media, internet safety. There's all kinds of different internet safeties. If you're a shopper online, then you've got some internet safety that involves shopping online. So I just want to kind of dive into some of this stuff. Stuff I'm going to read to you right now is actually pertain more to children, but it really can be for anyone. One problem that we definitely have when it comes to internet safety is cyberbullying. There are more than 36% of kids aged 12 to 17 that have been cyberbullied at some point in their life during that lifetime. Nearly 15% have been bullied by somebody online. So think about that. That's quite a large number of our kids, and even adults get cyberbullied. I see it regularly as far as just simple posts on Facebook that turn horribly wrong, and people not acceptant to specific things and so forth. So cyberbullying is any aggressive, threatening, or mean-spirited activity conducted via electronic communication. So that could be email, social media posts, text messages. Girls are more likely to be the victims of cyberbullying, and more boys admit to bullying others online. Now, that obviously goes loosely because we know that cyberbullying can be done on any aspect, on any range of anybody. This is just standing from a statistic point of view. I have seen some of the worst cyberbullying actually done with girls. Girls can be quite mean, very mean, actually. I can remember being when I was in school, and this was before you even had internet and all of that, how mean the girls could be. And I just can't imagine it now where they don't even have to be around you to be mean. They can just keyboard warrior you, and then they're a bully and they're mean. And I know quite a few of adults that are that way. So it's not just children that are influenced by cyberbullying, just so you know. Everybody is going, not everybody, but anybody is prone to be a part of that. However, you see it more in your teenage era of children, just because everybody's just kind of all over themselves. They don't know where they want to be in life. They don't know their goals. They don't know this. They don't know that. So it's a lot easier for them to cyberbully you than anything else. So just keep that in mind when it comes to that. And don't hesitate to reach out to authorities if you need to. Cyberbullying can get pretty rough. It can get rough. It can get mean. It can get all kinds of stuff. So it's not something anybody should have to tolerate. Something else that we want to make sure we're looking out for when it involves internet safety is going to be those online predators. Adults who use the internet to entice children for their own gratification, whatever that may be, and other types of abusive exploitations are considered online predators. So it doesn't necessarily have to just be a sexual type of thing. Online predators ranges in a lot of things, and it really does kind of follow along with your cyberbullying as well. Child victims can be as young as 1 and as old as 17. I have actually seen predators even go as far as into our adult years. So, again, everything I'm reading to you is geared towards kids, but please keep in mind that this is for all ages. When it comes to online enticement, girls make up the majority of that. 78% of child victims are female. While the majority, 82% of online predators are male. And 98% of online predators have never met their child targets in real life. They actually have shows out there. I think who was it? Was it Dateline with, what was his name? Something Hansen. To Catch a Predator, I think is what they used to call that. And they would pose as young teenage girls to try to get these older males to meet with them, and then they would be arrested. So, I mean, that's a really good program as far as being able to catch those predators. But you definitely want to, I'm just checking our chat. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who you're talking to. Just because they say that they're X age and whatnot doesn't mean that they are. We've seen it time and time again. We hear about it as horror stories. I watch way too much crime IDTV, and I can tell you that a lot of it makes up the majority of what I watch is your online predators and naiveness, wanting to trust everyone like we should be able to do, but unfortunately, we live in a world where that is not necessarily true. So. Another internet type safety would be any kind of an exposure, excuse me, to inappropriate content. Inappropriate content is one of the most common online threats that anybody can encounter. I've actually know a friend of mine who was cyber stalked. Well, it started out as a relationship. And then it turned into a stalking relationship. And they were constantly emailing, messaging, leaving voicemails of inappropriate stuff, just things that, would not make you want to be with that person again. So I don't know why they would go that route, but it was a sad situation for her. And fortunately, she was able to get away from that. Everything from vulgar language and hate speech to graphically violent or sexual images can have harmful effect on children, adults, tweens, really all ages. So how can you keep yourself online or keep yourself safe? So one thing you can do is make sure that your websites are secure. So when you're actually out there surfing the web and you're looking at different types of things, you want to make sure that what you're searching is safe. You can instantly tell if any website is safe by looking for one letter, S. Every website address starts with the letters HTTP. But a site is secure when you see HTTPS. That means the website itself is taking measures to keep users and their information secure while they use the site. If you're directed to any website for school or entertainment that does not have the extra S at the beginning of the address, you just want to be careful. Just be careful of what you are getting yourself into. Make sure that your websites you're searching are secure. You also want to make sure you have a very good antivirus on your computer. That's going to do a lot of that scanning for you for those websites to make sure that they are safe. You just don't want to be doing something that you'll regret. Guard your personal information. This is a really important internet safety tip. This can get tricky when you need to be identified for different kinds of things. But chances are you, at some point or another, you've probably given this information out, not even realizing what you've done. Some of us do it regularly. I know that I meet with people regularly that I know that I meet with people regularly that are like, well, I just keep getting the spam mail. I keep getting mail from Kroger's, mail from Walmart, mail from Target, mail from... They don't know you exist if you don't give them a reason to know you exist. So if you are getting emails from Kroger, it's probably because you have a Kroger card. When you signed up for your card, you gave them your email. Now you are forever on the chain of Kroger. Yes, you can go in and unsubscribe from those. However, sometimes when we do that, it just lets that company know, hey, it really was a real email. They've unsubscribed to me. So now you're going to get them from another email, but it's the same company. So just be careful. Same thing with Walmart. A lot of times we want to surf Walmart and we want to shop Walmart. So we fill out our information, and sometimes we forget. We forget that we've put our phone number in there. We forget that we've put our email in there, our home address. And all of a sudden, you start getting flooded. You get things in the mail from them. You get phone calls regularly. You're getting emails regularly. So you just want to make sure you're guarding your personal information. What is considered personal information? So your first and last name is yours. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Therefore, is personal information. Your social security number doesn't belong to anybody else. It's only for you. Therefore, it's personal information. Your birth date. However, there may be other people out there that have the same birth date as you. They're not going to have the same birth date with your name and your social security number all in one chain. So you don't want to be giving out your birth date over the internet if you can help it. I know sometimes we can't, but those companies that you may be questioning, you may want to call them and talk to them about it before you do. Your address, your phone number, any kind of photograph of yourself or your surroundings. One thing you can do to help controls some of the internet safety with kids is they do have parental controls that you can go on and set up. You don't have to purchase this software. It comes standard on your computer. And you would be able to, they have parental controls for Apple products, parental controls for Google products, Chromebook, Windows 10, Xbox One, YouTube, Safe Search, Amazon, Netflix. So they have everything. They have something for everything, quite honestly. One thing you can do to help yourself with internet safety is make sure to keep all of your devices and stuff updated. It seems too simple to be so effective, but one of the best ways to keep yourself safe online is to make sure that all your devices, software, and firmwares are all up to date. The problem that we have when we don't want to do those updates, and I totally get it, for whatever your reasoning may be, you may just be like, you know what? I heard about what this update's going to do. I really don't want it doing that. I don't want to be tracked. I don't want to this. I don't want that. However, what ends up happening, and they do this on purpose, is if you don't get those updates regularly, the important ones that come, and I'm not saying they're not important. They're all important, obviously, to the consumer or to the person that is releasing it. But what'll happen is that you'll get so far behind on getting them that when you really need it to run an operating system or you need it for something specific, it's not going to be able to do it because it hasn't been updated up to that point. So even though we don't want to do those things, we don't want to be tracked, we don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want them listening, we don't want all of that. Unfortunately, if we don't, then we take risks of our devices malfunctioning, failing, and not working properly for us because we haven't. So it's kind of a give or take. It really is. And it's a personal preference. So you don't want to do it, don't do it. But keep in mind that when your phone freezes or you can't get into this or that or this or that, it probably has something to do with that. Okay? Let's see. So earlier we talked about cyberbullying. So how can you protect yourself and kids from cyberbullying? The first way is just to know the risks. Understand what cyberbullying is, where and how it happens, and how to spot it. Explain that online bullies can act friendly at first, but also encourage people to be on the lookout for any interactions that make them feel bad, scared, or sad. Make sure you're talking about it, not only to your children, but we do have the senior population. Unfortunately, for all of us, life comes back in a full circle. So you're born helpless, you're born reliant upon someone else to take care of you. And then you get to a certain stage where I don't want you to take care of me. I can do it all on my own. And we're like that up to a certain point. And then we get to that age where we're starting to break down. We're tired all the time. Our bones are hurting. Things aren't bouncing back as fast as they used to. And therefore, now we need help. When we were so independent, now we need help. So talking about it so my point is, sorry, I have so many thoughts that I'm trying to get them all out at once and I don't need to. So our senior population can actually sometimes, especially the ones that are forgettable. I know I am not a senior, but I have terrible memory and I can't remember things from one room to another. So talking about it, talking about the problems, making sure to keep that fresh in the mind, understanding the hazards, understanding what you can do to protect yourself. That's what you need to do about anything that has to do with online predators, cyberbullying, internet safety, and just keeping yourself safe. Keep an eye out. Keep a watchful eye. Place your computer in a common room and monitor all screen time. So for children, you would want to make sure that you're seeing everything you're doing. When my kids were growing up, we had one computer in our house, and of course, this is when computers first started coming out. And the computer was in my bedroom. So, and my bedroom was kind of my hangout area, and the living room was kind of the kids' hangout area. So, anytime they wanted to use the computer, they had to come in my room to do it. Therefore, I was monitoring them on everything that they were doing. I also had internet sign up time at my home, which means that I had 3 kids, one computer. Everybody wants to be on it at once. We know that can't happen. So I would do it where they could be on it for 30 minutes, and then they would have to wait 2 hours to sign up for another 30 minutes. And then, I mean, it was like that for an all day period. So I had a sign up sheet by the computer. They could sign up. I was able to monitor what they were doing, and as well as monitoring the screen time. You can also use shared email accounts for kids. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Shared social media accounts. That helps you better control, especially if you have parents that are older that want to be on these things but aren't really sure how safe they are. You could do something for them for that factor as well. Create an email that you guys share, create a social media, things like that. Make sure to set boundaries. That's what I was kind of talking about a minute ago. Limiting screen time can help you with your internet safety. Include all online activities from homework to playing games, surfing the web. Restrict social media access, email accounts, and set rules. Make sure you're checking things regularly. You can build a network. So they don't say it takes a village for nothing. The more people you have looking out for children online, or our seniors online, or our special needs community online, the more likely you are to keep them safe. Know your kids, friends, families, and their parents. Enlist support from schools, sports, and church leaders. So, all right. So if you know somebody that has been bullied, I do have some steps you can take about it. So one thing you want to do is pay attention. Look for signs of cyberbullying, like spending more time online or texting, hiding the screen from people, emotional responses to online interactions, and sadness or seclusion. Ask questions. Gently ask the person what's going on, how they feel about it. Find out if they've responded to the bully and what the response was. Get yourself involved in this, okay? We can't prevent it if we're not involving ourselves. Acknowledge their feelings. You may feel frightened, angry, sad, or even betrayed. If the bully is someone that they know, let them know it's okay. You want to block that bully immediately or unfriend the abuser. So they do have tools on these different social media or internet where you can block, as well as your text messaging, your phone calls, things along those lines. Report it. Alert website and email administrators to the bully. Most social media platforms offer options to report a user or flag dangerous posts. Assess the damage. If your emotional response is extreme and protective measures don't seem to help, seek the help of a professional. So if everything you're doing isn't working and it's still continuing, then it's beyond you, which means that you need to get other people involved to help you through it. What to do if your child is bullied? You want to look. If your child sets up a new email or social media accounts without your knowledge, makes snarky remarks while online, or starts to hide their online activity, they could be picking on someone. So those are signs if your child is the bully. Listen. If you're concerned, gently broach the topic with that person and then allow them the room to answer. Be open-minded and don't blame. Bullies are usually in some kind of pain as well. You want to monitor, so double your efforts to keep track of that person online. If you're not already using those parental controls, now's probably a good time to start. Encourage those people to deal with their feelings and the reasons they're engaging in this behavior. Suggest that they apologize to whoever they're hurting and help them do it. Get help. It can be hard to identify why they have started acting out in this manner. Seek professional help. And if the bullying crosses lines at school or out in the community or legally, inform the appropriate authorities and ask for resources to address the situation. So, how can you protect yourself from predators online? And again, if you have a question, you can just put it in our chat. First, you need to understand the danger. Learn what online predators are, where and how predators attack, and how to spot them. Guide online behaviors. Talk about what types of online interactions are okay and what aren't. Discuss how to recognize signs of trouble and how to ask for help. Digital cameras. Control access to digital cameras and photo apps on every device. Make sure that they can't upload or download photos without your permission. So you don't want to have somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing out there sending pictures to people. Monitor the online activity, keeping the computer in a common room, set limits on screen time, use a shared email account. Talk about the risks of chat rooms and social networks, set up rules and time limits. Don't let your guard down. Know that safe places still require vigilance. There are kid-focused chat rooms and games where predators may pose as children. Steps to take if your child has been targeted online. Let your child know it's not their fault. Cut off communication with the predator. Change online credentials, including screen names, usernames, and passwords. Save screenshots or copies of messages. I'm just reading this. And images from the predator. Report the activity to website administrators and law enforcement, and seek professional help for your child as appropriate. How to protect your kids from inappropriate online. I mean, it's really all just the same stuff. Making sure that your firewalls, your content, your antiviruses, everything on your computer is set up so it's blocking a lot of that. It's going to help you. So, steps to take if you or somebody you know has been exposed to inappropriate content. The do's of this: do stay calm, do be patient, do find the source of the content, do block access to dangerous or confusing sites, do help your child sort out their feelings, do restore a sense of safety, do keep the conversation going. Don'ts: don't freak out, don't react emotionally, don't shame your child, don't scare your child, don't blame your child or anyone else. So this is interesting. I'm going to flip us. So this website that I'm on right now about all of this, evidently they have how much is your state doing to keep kids safe online. So these are our states, and you can see A, B, C, D, with this red being not so great. The blue is the best. The green is second best. Third is and D is But they have it on here where, like, I'm from Indiana. We're considered a B. Here's our categories. Law specifies cyberbullying. Indiana has a law. Consequences for online harassment. Indiana has a law. School discipline. Indiana has a law. Discipline for off-campus. Indiana does not have a law for that. And law addressing sexting. So you can see, let's get one of these red states. What is this? Maine. Maine is a D state. It's because 3 out of the 5 they don't do. South Dakota is an A state. So I'm going to put this down in our chat here. That's how you can access what I have been on today. So, all right. Well, I have been going at it here for 30 minutes. I highly recommend that you take a look at that, and I'm going to post it after the Tech Talk as well. That way you guys can kind of see what I was seeing. And these are really good guidelines to help anybody. It's not just for children. So, all right. Well, I don't see any questions. I have babbled long enough. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully this helped you with some of that internet safety. And I'll see you guys next month. And keep in mind, this is all about you. So if you have questions about software, computers, anything technology related, I'm here for you. I'm pulling for you. And I want to be able to help you. So, all right, guys, have a good day. Hopefully it's not raining where you are. I'm hoping it clears up for me here. And I will see you next month. Bye-bye.